What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have. This is Hurricane Blas. This is the latest advisory. It is still an 85 mile per hour hurricane. It is expected to stay an 85 mile per hour hurricane, and that is expected to weaken down slowly but steadily. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cone real quickly. This is Hurricane Blas, 85 miles per hour. Pressure of 980. Its location is 16.2 north, 105.6 west, and is expected to weaken below hurricane status by Saturday, and then so on. It's expected to become a depression by Sunday. So it's going to be weakening gradually, but it's going to be weakening at a consistent rate. So that's the good news we have right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tracks. It's expected to continue to west-northwest and then move towards a more westward direction. The intensity, pretty much the same thing. It's expected to continue to start weakening pretty soon, and it's eventually going to get down to weaken below hurricane status in the next 24 to 36 hours. So that's the situation we have right here for Hurricane Blas. If we take a look at the satellite, it does not look nearly as impressive as it did yesterday. So yeah, it doesn't look nearly as good as it did. So it's probably going to start weakening soon. I'm noticing those cloud tops, just those minus 80s. They were really not concentrated, but they were really spread out, encompassed the entire strong part of the storm. Now it doesn't anymore. So I feel like the storm's going to start weakening in pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. But we have two more systems we need to talk about in this video. The first thing we now have tropical depression 3E that is out in the eastern Pacific. It is finally developed. It had 90% chance of development earlier this afternoon. Now it is finally developed. It is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm as time goes on. So it's a tropical depression now. It's expected to strengthen into a storm, stay off the coast of El Salvador and Guatemala, and then move off to sea. If we're going to go ahead and try and pull up the latest from basically the latest public advisory. There we go. At 4 p.m., the center of Tropical Depression 3E was located near latitude 10.8 degrees north, longitude 89.9 west. The depression is moving to the north near 2 miles per hour. A slow motion to the north is expected over the next day or so, followed by a turn over to the west over the weekend. Maximum sustained winds are at 35 miles per hour. It is expected to strengthen for the next 36 hours into a tropical storm. It's expected to strengthen to that likely by Friday. Pressure is 1,006 millibars right here. So that's basically it. We're going to actually go ahead and go back to the satellite. We're actually going to go back. We're going to go back to about 60 frames just to show you the evolution of this thing. So yeah, this thing was a bit more disorganized. Then it started to get a bit more organized there with more storms bubbling up in the center. You can see that rotation was starting to get more defined, and we finally had a complete center of circulation. So now it's a tropical depression. So that's basically the situation we have for this thing. The global sea temperatures where it's going to be like 83, 84, 85 degrees. So as long as that wind shear doesn't hit it or hamper it too much, it should be able to strengthen at a good pace. And our last story we're going to do for today, well, not today, but for this video, is Invest 93L. We have not done a video on that in a while, and for good reason actually. Like basically, we're looking at right here. This is it. It's still just offshore of Honduras. It's expected to move into Belize as an invest. It doesn't have that much of a chance of development. It only has 10%. If it stays out in the water for a little bit, it might have a little bit of a chance to organize. But unfortunately, for that, it ended up making landfall in Nicaragua, and it kind of hampered its development because I want to show you something that if this thing stayed out to sea, it probably could have been a hurricane or a strong tropical storm, and I'll show you why. The wind shear in the area of question has dropped considerably. Let's go ahead and go back just to show you what happened, because like we were looking at like even 24 hours beforehand, like it's basically what we're looking, even it's not the best in the best shear. And basically that shear weakened down to a point where If this thing stayed over water for a longer period of time, it would have organized, it would have developed into a tropical depression, and likely strengthened from that. Because the wind shear now, it's perfect for development, actually. It's good for development. So, yeah, another thing I'm noticing, that wind shear is weakening across much of the western Atlantic, as it usually does in June, early July, that area. So that's basically what we're looking at. The water temperatures, once again, 28, 29, 30 degrees. Like, we can explore it in a little bit more detail, like around 28 degrees Celsius. Perfect for a good amount, perfect for strengthening, honestly. Now let's go ahead and look at this data. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the tracks and then the intensity. Tracks, basically, it's going to stay out to sea for about a day, which if it does, and it really gets its crap together, really rapidly organizes, it could make it. But at this point, the chances of that are so low that this thing's probably going to make landfall as an invest. But it has a day or so to get its act together. And the intensity of this thing, which the majority of them keep it at basically tropical depression strength, which I don't blame them. I think it's going to stay a tropical depression unless it really rapidly organizes and we find a very quick center of circulation. We're not going to really see anything interesting out of this. So, yeah. So that's essentially the situation we have. We now have Tropical Depression 3E in the Pacific. Hurricane Blas is kind of stagnated in its strengthening. And now we have Invest 93L with a low chance of development. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out, helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather and inform them about potential weather hazards like these tropical cyclones and potential invests. I've noticed we've gotten a lot of subscribers recently, so I want to say thank you guys for subscribing. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it. Trust me when I say that. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. If you're in Belize right now, there's going to be a little bit of heavy rainfall. But until the next time I post, stay safe.